Welcome to CultureBanx Game Changers, everyone, where we're bringing you the most interesting companies and, of course, the bosses behind them that are changing the game. I'm Corey Hale.
And I'm Ruth Umo. Today, we're talking with the founder and making it easier for people of color to find jobs in the communications field. First up, let's get into the broader job search market.
Oh, it's an interesting one. Ruth, can I just touch your hand from across the news desk here? This is our first show together.
This is our first show together. It feels great to be sitting across from another Black, strong woman in the media field.
That's the same way I feel about you. I'm glad that we're here, and we have another great, strong woman that is coming up that we're going to talk to. And I know you and I, we've worked at some of the same companies in the past. So we know a lot about job search. And the job search listings, which can be super duper difficult, especially when you want to do things that really resonate with your community and your core values.
I absolutely agree. But Corey, one thing I will say is that I think this is just a great time to be job hunting. As a job seeker, you do have to keep in mind that we have a tight labor market and employers are desperately seeking skilled, qualified talent.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. But when you are looking for a job specifically, it seems like a lot of people want to throw out the word diversity and they want to act like they want to hire diverse talent, but they're not necessarily really hiring diverse talent. Just if, you know, somebody falls out of the sky and lands on their desk, but they're not making any effort, and that can be really, really challenging.
You hit the nail on the head. I think when we're talking about diversity and inclusion, companies have to understand that they have to make a concerted effort to really widen that candidate pool to make it far more likely that, you know, a diverse applicant will come in through the pipeline.
Yeah, it can be challenging.
That's for sure.
I do know with my own like personal job search though, Ruth, I mean, goodness, it's been all about connections. Like the blind going online and applying, it just never really worked for me. I only had one job. As many of you guys know, I'm an investment banker by trade, then got into media, but my very first job out of college is like the only job I ever randomly applied for and got, which was out in London before I came back here to the States. But every other job after that has literally been because I've known someone, because there wasn't a centralized place, for especially what it is I wanted to do specifically for me in the communication and in the media sector, where I could find jobs where people were looking, for talent like myself.
Absolutely. I mean, I completely agree. I think when I was more in the entry-level stage, I definitely was applying to jobs. Now that I'd say I'm more mid-market range, I've definitely been able to sit back and jobs come to me. But still, as a person of color, it's really hard to get your foot into the door. And so for us, when we're a little bit more isolated, it's all about tapping into those networks and really leveraging those connections.
It's super important. Well, Ruth, you know, we have an exciting guest coming up next, which is going to talk all about the best job search platform, especially for people of color. So keep it locked right here. You're watching CultureBanx Game Changers.
Finance, tech, innovation, news, and the way that we distribute our content is through our newsletter that goes out.
You know, entrepreneurs are some of the busiest people around. I mean, they're hiring, they're building, they're doing it all. We've been reading a lot of cool things about your company. But tell us, who does it benefit more, the lender or the borrower?
Well, Solo is a marketplace, so it actually has to benefit both.
Rohan, Barley Sober. This is the company that is going to revolutionize the bar industry, not just here in the U.S., but globally, coastwide. Now, there's nothing worse than having your business disorganized, but no need to fear. We are here to help.
First, though, let's get started with some entrepreneurial news that everybody should be aware of this week.
We do have a video series where we're actually currently shooting live as we speak on Twitter, Facebook, and that is our Game Changer show. And so that show specifically focuses
Welcome back to Game Changers. There seems to be a few different types of job search platforms out there, but none that are catering to diverse communications professionals. Joining us now is Netta Dobbins, CEO of Mimconnect. Welcome. I'm loving the print on this top you have here. Okay, hello, coming in hot. I'm loving it. It's very chic. Well, talk to us about, for those of us who don't know, what exactly is Mimconnect, and more importantly, why is it so critical?
So Mimconnect is a networking platform for people of color to connect to each other. So to build that network you guys were talking about a little bit earlier, and then to find job opportunities at companies that really care about diversity and inclusion. So why it's important, I think you kind of hit on it already. Like as mid to senior level professionals, it's harder to find the jobs that you want if you don't have that network, right? And the way that we are looking for jobs is not through a jobs platform, it's through community. Can someone tell me about their experience at this company? Are my opinions going to be valued if I work at this company? So we're trying to be the conduit or the first place where people go to figure all this stuff out.
No, it definitely makes sense. Now, Netta and I connected a while ago. I don't even know how long ago at this point in time. I know, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, but the way that Mimconnect has grown to me is beyond fascinating. From what I feel like started as a Slack group that was super duper busy and very robust, but so many good connections. We got one of our first interns by going through your platform. This is before they even launched a much bigger. See, I've been with them.
You've been holding these relationships.
For the people out there that don't thoroughly know, like, can you just take them through, like, exactly how you guys strategize and help people connect?
So I'll start with how we got started.
Okay, yes. Shout out to Bianca.
Yes, Bianca. So Mimconnect actually started as a group me chat. So way before Slack, we were in group me. And I'm originally from Nashville. I had moved to New York, didn't have a network, didn't know anybody. So I was like, let me just start a group me so I can meet professionals of color and just build my network. So in 2 weeks, we had over 300 people talking about they needed job opportunities. They also needed to find ways to connect with people. And I was like, okay, so this is a void in the space. How do we make this something bigger and better where people can actually come and find everything they need? Connected with Bianca, my co-founder. Shout out to Bianca again. And now Mimconnect is all about helping people build that community. We have over 6,000 people, a digital snack. You like snacks. But a digital Slack community.
Right.
As well as putting on events, digital and in-person, that allow people to connect with each other, to connect with companies, and then to get that career experience they really need to level up as professionals.
Yeah, and you guys, interestingly enough, you guys actually do go about partnering with some companies, but we're going to get into all of that on the other side, right, Ruth?
Absolutely. We've got more coming up with Netta right after this, so stick with us on CultureBanx Game Changer.
I'll send an email out Thursday morning, and
Joining us now is Rebecca Allen, CEO of Rebecca Allen Shoes. Thanks so much for having us and joining us.
Thanks for having me. Hi.
All right, let's go back a little bit to just really tell our viewers what Squad is, how they can grow their squad, and what this really means for authentically connecting with others.
Way back during my time in the Obama administration, we talked about healthcare, particularly from the Obamacare and a lot of the rules and regulations.
What about, the ability to take those online connections offline at scale? And so that was what Squad essentially is and does.
Tell us how you've been leveraging the Obama network to help build your business.
Don't pay our contributors.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to CultureBanx Game Changers. We're still talking with Netta Dobbins, the CEO of Mimconnect, about all things job search and being able to connect to people. Netta, before we went to break, I was getting ready to have you go into more specifically the job search techniques, and I was saying how I found our very first intern. Also, we've gotten some of our contributors that help to write articles for CultureBanx from using your platform. But now that was just through the Slack group,
right?
But you guys actually work directly with companies as well.
We have actually brought on some of our very first company clients, partners. I can list them: Anomaly, W2O Group, Bustle has been a major one. And what we do with these companies is we work directly with them to, one, help them find the talent, and then to produce programming that gets them directly in front of the talent that they want. So when it comes to mid to senior level job seekers, like we said before, we're not on these job boards, the Indeeds, whatever, because we don't feel like anybody's going to actually look at what we submit. It's like submitting your resume into a dark abyss and hoping for the best, right? Fingers crossed. What we do is we kind of take a different approach to the job seeking aspect when we work with companies. So they're looking for passive job seekers. Our talent is looking for real connections with these companies. So essentially put together programming that brings them in the office, puts them in front of people that work there, people of color that work there, their HR people, the hiring managers, etc. So you're getting a real feel for who you're working with, and it's not like, okay, it's my first day out here, let me see how I like it.
Right.
I love New York City. You guys probably hear the dog barking in the background. But what can you do when you're in the middle of the Flatiron District in this human fishbowl, as I call it, but also home to CultureBanx?
Now, Netta, we often hear HR recruiters or HR personnel say that there's a pipeline issue. They simply can't find people of color who are qualified. How accurate is the sentiment, in all honesty?
It's not accurate at all.
Figures?
We are out here, and I think that's the important part of Mimconnect is we're bringing everybody to one central location so that there's no reason for a company to tell us, oh, we can't find it, we don't have access to them. You need to work with us, so you will have access to it, you know? So.
No, definitely makes a lot of sense. All right. People can go directly to mimconnect.com, right?
Yeah.
To look for jobs, obviously connect with community. Yeah. Is the Slack channel still popping though?
The Slack channel is very
It's lit. It's very
I did have to silence, full confession, I had to silence the Mimconnect Slack channel because the notifications were literally off the chain. I was like, oh, I can't focus.
Well, that's great. It shows a sense of community that's being built within that platform.
Yeah, and I think the best thing about Slack is that you go into it, you log in, and there's immediately thousands of people that look like you, that want to help you, that are looking to help recruit you to that company, and that are willing to give you advice. So unlike like a Twitter or a LinkedIn where you have to build your following, it's like you're immediately welcomed into it. It's like a community homecoming, what we as people of color always look forward to.
No. All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, great. Everyone, that's Netta Dobbins, founder of Mimconnect. And we're going to come back right after this and drop a few gems and some entrepreneurial keys for you on the other side.
Sections where people do one of our contributors, we wanted to cover a black woman who happened to be an actual NFL sports agent, and she was one of the only black women doing it. And she got connected.
You're back with us on CultureBanx Game Changers. Let's dip into our 3 entrepreneur keys for those of you in the job search market.
All right, Netta was just here from Mimconnect. She dropped several gems for us to pay attention to. I think one of the main takeaways that Netta dropped for us was, when you're out looking for jobs specifically, you need to make sure that your network is actually people that are going to help you specifically get to where it is you're trying to go.
Absolutely.
So she brought up, like, not going on the random Indeed board and using a platform that's very targeted and specific for what it is you want to do can really help you overall.
Absolutely. It's about building that sense of community and finding people who can support you and empower you through your job search.
Yeah, well, Netta's definitely a part of my community, as are you. And of course, all of our viewers out here, you are a part of the CultureBanx community.
I'm Ruth Umo, and this is Corey Hale. Make sure to check out all the savvy business news specifically for the culture at CultureBanx.com. And thanks so much for experiencing the new job search wave from Mimconnect.
All right, guys, be sure to catch out all the CultureBanx content on Roku, Apple TV, YouTube. Until then, everybody keep building for the culture. See you next time.
Actually creating content, like with one article, and we can send that over to you. What does your schedule look like for next week? Do you think that you'd be